Well, this game unfortunately missed the cutoff where I basically started to do the videos for the Mega Alliance, but oh well. Here is Derelict Void, a city builder in space with like mechanics, I think. Let's check it out. And AVG doesn't like it because, AVG doesn't like anything. Apparently game's playing with Unity. Who knew? Alright, close. Got it. Yep, this is what happens whenever you you play games with AVG around, I guess. Stop being bad is the best way to get good, apparently. Very, self-explanatory tip, I guess. Alright, so let's check out the settings first. Resolution, full screen. Oh, look at it, we got some audio going. A little bit slow to get the audio going, but that's fine. Right then, let's do a new game here. Status report, the beginning. We suspect that it is some sort of accident. A wormhole collapsed, tearing random objects all around us into a new place. I can't speak apparently. We suspect there was some sort of accident. A wormhole collapsed, tearing random objects all around us into some new place. We are now drifting around some unknown star. We are not the only ones here. There are distress signals and transmissions from remnants of what was the local government. Alright, so. Oh, okay, there's more. Within our good ship, we have just finished patching together what we can and picking ourselves up. We can count ourselves fortunate to have an engine. Supplies are low. Alright, so. Continue reading the status report. That's a tutorial. We must scavenge to stay alive. Skip tutorial, or I know how it's done. Skip all tutorials. Well, I never played this game, so let's see what the tutorial's all about. Alright, move the camera with WASD. Click and drag or Q and E to rotate, and scroll to zoom in and out, because, why not? Captain, please refer to this guide above for controlling the external ship view on the interface. Understood. Next. Alright, so we got time controls. So, play, pause, next event. Pause time is indicated by a blue border. Alright. Captain, feel free to pause time at any time. It is worth taking your time to understand the current situation and to plan actions. Play pause can be toggled using the play pause button, using controls on the top center of the screen, or the spacebar. So, very FTL-like. When time is paused, the screen will show a blue border. Understood? Resource monitor tutorial, please. Alright, so Captain, we are faced with resource shortage. The ship's population will need food, water, and oxygen to survive. So, basic ingredients for life. We will not survive if we deplete any one of these free vital resources. The resource monitor window is visible on the top left corner of the screen. To expand the resource monitor to view the details, use the expression button on the bottom right corner of the window. Alright, so, resource shortage. When we are faced with a resource shortage, the left and right edges of the screen will flash orange. When we are faced with a critical resource shortage, the left and right edges of the screen will flash red. Item is imminent. It is imperative to either find or increase the production of the resource. Alright, let's go to buildings. There are 3 different buildings types. Factories, storage buildings, and amenity buildings. Factories produce resources necessary to survive, so the free, stable units of life. Storage buildings basically do not produce any resources, but they store, but some of them give adjacent bonus to life support buildings, and they cannot be moved. Alright, interesting. Amenity buildings do not provide resources necessary for survival, they instead provide a boost to your population morale, so make them happier. You will discover some buildings with some parts missing. Buildings will not function when they lack parts. Parts must be salvaged from other identical buildings. Alright, understood. Alright, salvage building parts, explore building. boost productivity, toggle on and off, relocate building, demolish building, so all stuff for buildings then. When selecting a building, you will see a contextual button with different interactions. If an action is unavailable, the button will not be interactable. Explore. When we first dock to a hull, we do not know immediately what buildings are in that hull. Exploration allows the crew to determine what buildings are present in what condition. Salvage parts. Some buildings that you will discover will not have enough parts to be operational. While we cannot build new buildings from scratch, we can salvage parts from building buildings and transfer them to identical buildings with lack of parts. So, toggle on off, turn the factory on off to follow resource production, boost productivity. The productivity of a building can be boosted by assigning a crew to it. Relocate building. Assign a crew to relocate a building, e.g. from a docked hull to our ship. Bear in mind that this will take some time and productivity will decrease to 0 while relocating. And demolish building. At times it may be necessary to demolish building to make space for other buildings to fit in our ship. Now, here's a question I basically asked myself here, because it basically said that storage building can't be relocated, right? So, well, it can't be moved. Can it be relocated, I guess, is the thing. Alright, let's just go next thing. Captain, allow me to draw your attention to the travel button. Resources needed to be gathered by traveling to different locations. Travel destinations will be made available to you when you click on the travel button. It is worth taking into consideration the fuel required, time required, and whether any resources have been detected when selecting a travel destination. Containers may have resources, hulls may contain buildings. Alright. So yeah, basically like, you know, there's containers, asteroids, and other stuff like that. Let's go to the engine. After you select your travel destination, you will have the opportunity to select your preferred engine settings, and allocate resources you have on hand to convert to fuel. Under engine settings, you are able to throttle your engine for maximum efficiency, less fuel required but takes more travel time, to minimum efficiency, more fuel required but takes less travel time. So basically the idea here is that, like, you know, if you want to basically to have, like, you know, really fast, like, you know, travel, it'll take up a lot of resources to do so, but it'll only take up your fuel resources, like, you know, to basically do so. So if I want to basically conserve, like, you know, food and, like, you know, oxygen and stuff like that, then going maximum throttle is the best way to go. If I, you know, like, you know, am doing well but not great in fuel, go the other way. Understood. Next is fuel conversion. Once you select your preferred engine setting, you will have the opportunity to convert the resources you have on hand into fuel by either using the sliders or pressing the button next to the sliders. A button pressed will automatically allocate the percentage of the corresponding fuel resource into the fuel. When enough resources are allocated for fuel, use the confirm and travel button to become pressable. Press the button to start traveling. If you decide to change your engine setting during the process, the resources needed for fuel will be recalculated. Alright? Understood. Let's get started. So close the tutorial. And let's pause. Alright, so. Yeah, we're paused. So up here we basically have our morale. And over here we got our resources apparently. Now, I'm not sure, but I think the blue bar more means for paused and, like, you know, just went down because it was like on pause there for a moment. Up here we have our resources here, so, you know, we have a max population size of 50. There's a ship mass of, like, you know, that many tons. My resources naming and remaining. Food, we got 45 hours. Water, we got 37 hours. Oxygen, we got 3 days. So we're running out of water and food, but, you know, we got a little bit of oxygen basically to do, like, stuff with. Alright, well, down we're at the open and close hulls. So, you know, you can, like, do that. There's a help button, basically, like, to get my, like, you know, tutorials on, I guess. So, definitely, very heavily tutorialized type of game, I guess, if you need to. There's a menu button. See, I guess that's, like, surrender. There's a quest log if I want. Alright, let's try traveling, I guess. We're gonna travel somewhere, so... Travel destinations. I got an unknown drifting object. Our sensors spot a floating object that might contain something we could use. It's got basically, like, you know, a distance of 95.5. Unknown resources are detected, so there's something there. There's an asteroid with active comms. This asteroid has active communications made from it, so someone might be there, I guess, like a personnel perhaps. A speed container. Interception is possible, but relative velocity could make docking impossible, so I could possibly get the speed container, but you know, it's possible I might not be able to get there in time. And then transmitting shuttle. Radio contact indicates survivors have a stash of resources. They offer hydrogen in exchange for rescue. So these guys just want to be rescued over here. Alright, I like the idea of getting more crew at this point because you know we only got 2 people. And the hydrogen wouldn't be that bad, and it's also the closest destination, so we're gonna travel here. Alright, so engine settings. Basically here we got like, you know, engine design mass, so there's like your tons, I guess. So yeah, I could take 9 hours and it'd take like this much fuel. So very efficient. Or I go for like 6 hours, do with like a lot more fuel, much less efficient. And then like over here I got, you know, 4 hours, very inefficient. Alright, I get the idea. So like, you know, here's like 8 hours, basically is like 100% like, you know, more like, you know, less efficient. This is like 70% less efficient. I guess we're getting down to like 55. There's like 45, and then like, you know, here's like the last thing right here. So fuel conversion. So I can basically like take like, you know, different amounts of stuff basically to get the fuel I basically need here. You know, I'm not too worried about like stuff right here, so I could probably do like with the hydrogen basically going here because we're about to make use of it. So yeah, we're just gonna select the hydrogen here because, you know, why not? Alright, there we go. We just adjusted down our hydrogen, so you know we're not gonna do that, but whatever. So that's nice. Basically, have us like you can, like, you know, go up with like a certain slider, and if like you need to, like, you know, readjust it basically back where you need to. Now, I want to note, by the way, I bet my mass will actually decrease as we go along here, because if we have lots of resources, basically it'll probably increase our mass. If we have like less, it'll basically make it have less. So this will probably play a part in, like, you know, how much we basically can travel and stuff like that. Alright, so we're traveling to transmitting shuttle here. And you can see like now we're actually going there, so time's are wasting, I guess. Let's just fly here. Alright, the shuttle has docked. What should we do? So, we'll forcibly take what we need and send them on their way, or welcome them aboard. So yeah, basically there's people here they can basically rescue. We're going to welcome them aboard. Having virtually no supplies, the shuttle survivors are grateful to be allowed on board. So we basically got some hydrogen, we got the population, so welcome aboard. Now, something to note, by the way, is that because we actually took these people on, we now have less like water and like, you know, food basically to make use of, so my population is now 66 apparently, so I didn't actually get more like crew members here. I just got like, you know, more population. That's basically it. But whatever, that's fine. See, this is obviously a game about hard choices, like, you know, as you go along, because you'll have to make sacrifices along the way, I guess. So will you sacrifice like the needs of other people, basically to, like, you know, get the stuff you basically need or stuff like that? Alright, so what we got here? So, Drifting Junction. The hull seems fairly intact. It might have some useful inside. We got radio transmission. We are dispensing free survival equipment to everyone who needs it. So, alright, so this guy's basically giving survival equipment detected. Speed container, interesting as possible, but, you know, again, it's like possibly not be able to dock them. And these guys have, like, you know, more people to basically get, but they have water. I do need water, but you know what? Let's go see what the survival equipment here is all about, I guess. So we'll travel here. Now here's a question: how much of, like, you know, other stuff basically do I have? I wonder. Like, what does this red basically mean? Does that mean like I'm in critical here or something, or what? I wonder. You know, more like it's important, like, to, like, you know, balance what you're basically using here. So Take some of that, perhaps. Take some of the carbon out. Take some of this wastewater. Let's take a little bit of that stuff out of there and we'll just get some, like, you know, hydrogen here to go along. Alright, there we go. Let's confirm and travel. Off we go. Yeah, everything ticks down as we go along here, by the way. Now it's worth noting, it's apparently paused when we get into like these like little things here, so we have time basically to like see what's going on, I guess. So that's nice. Communication was created by an automatic storage facility. We need to send our team to physically investigate. They report that they can press a big green that says request supplies. There is also a door that reads authorized personnel only. Alright, well, let's press the button and see what it does. They pressed the button and a large box came out of the hack, so we got ourselves some water, food, and oxygen, so great. So if I wanted to, we could hack the door and basically get in there, but you know, let's not do anything risky right now, we're done here. Let's pause. So we're doing pretty good on our resources again, which is nice to see. So yeah, I guess like a big part of this game is also like detecting what travel destination you want to go to, so... Alright, let's see here. We got Drifting Junction. The hull seems fairly intact and might have something useful. Floating hull. This hull's emergency systems allow us to pull the hull's content map. Interesting. Asteroid. This asteroid has a mining facility in it. Now, you know what? I'm thinking like this might be like the best thing to go to, like this drifting hull, because it might have like, you know, something for helping me out with building wise and such. I haven't really been doing anything with buildings just yet because, you know, there hasn't really been any buildings to pick up. Whatever. Alright, that's a lot of You know what? I think this red's probably like, you know, not necessarily what I'm thinking it is, but you know, whatever. Sticks on the wastewater and we'll take a little bit of the hydrogen. So it's worth noting that hydrogen's obviously the best thing to use for like getting fuel with, but you can use like the other stuff if you need to. So, like, you know, you can get like from like carbon, like wastewater and stuff like that if you need to, but whatever. You know, I haven't really been looking at stuff, but apparently I got buildings here and stuff. So there's a residential complex. There's my housing capacity right there. Liquid storage. Residential complex. Residential complex. So I got a lot of housing capacity apparently. There's a warehouse. There's gas storage. There's my like hull itself. So housing capacity 75, living conditions are 25. Alright, well. Let's get going. Probably running out of water again, but oh well. Alright, detected hull. We have arrived at drifting hull. Begin approach. On final approach, prepare to dock. Alright, so we got ourselves a new tutorial. Captain, you have arrived at your first hull destination. Once you accept the arrival report upon reaching your destination, you'll have the opportunity to select which segment and port of the ship you will like to dock to a new hull to. Adjust the hull position relative to the ship with the cursor. Dockable areas will appear in green, and click to dock. Once the docking process is complete, the hull will be explored, and we could obtain resources and building parts. So yeah, hull options. Alright, so Captain, please allow me to bring you to attention to hull actions. Upon selecting a hull, you will see the contextual buttons with different interactions. If any action is unavailable, the button will not be interactable. So, reposition hull. At times it may be necessary to reposition a hull to optimize your layout of your ship. Detach hull. Each hull we have docked to adds mass to our ship, therefore has increased the amount of necessary fuel to travel. Detaching a hull before traveling will allow us to travel without converting as many resources to fuel. Toggle All Explore. This button will enable our crew to explore all buildings in the selected hull. Alright, next. When we first dock to a hull, not much is visible in the hull. The buildings will need to be explored in order for the rest of the hull to become invisibly unexplored. Resources may be found in storage buildings, and factories may be present as well. The enabled All Explore button will enable our crew to explore all buildings in the selected hull. Okay, next. Crews are assigned to building and hull actions. They can be viewed at the top right of the screen. We have 2 crew available to begin with. If there are more than 2 building hull actions queued up under active events, the third action will appear but will not have a crew assigned to it because, not enough crew for it. It is possible to unassign and reassign crew to desired actions. If a crew is injured, you will not be able to assign a crew from recovering from injury, obviously. So yeah, basically I have like this hull here. Now how this game basically works is that it's like all about like, combining like, hulls to like your ship like this. And the idea here is that like, you're basically trying to like, survive in space, and like you like grab like, pieces of like, equipment to like help you out and stuff like that. Alright, so here's basically the Nightingale. We're gonna have my guys start exploring, I guess, to see what's on there. So there's some sort of warehouse apparently over here. Interesting. Oh, here's like detached hull, and there's like, reposition hull. Basically the idea here is like, you can basically move around these hulls basically to like, make like a bigger ship. And that's like a gift, like, having more capacity for stuff later on. So now we're just exploring a warehouse. It's gonna take a few hours to do this. Alright, so, storage investigation. The exploration team is performing from the warehouse. Pull it through. So, there are foods still present in the warehouse. Great, so we got some like organics basically to help us out. Okay, we're gonna explore some rubble. There might be some rubble around. Now we're exploring some other stuff here. So yeah, look at that, there's actually our buildings in here as well. I'm running out of stuff here though, that's not great. Alright, so relocate buildings and salvaging building parts. Alright, so select a building, select route position, and select destination. Captain, if you desire to relocate a building, you can do so by selecting the building you wish to relocate and clicking on the relocate building button. Adjust the building position with your cursor. You can rotate the building using the R key and click to initiate the relocation process. It'll take time for relocation to complete. So understood, next salvaging building parts. Captain, if you desire to salvage building parts and transfer to identical buildings with not enough parts, you can do so by selecting the buildings you wish to salvage and transfer parts from. Click on the salvage button and select the building you wish to transfer the salvage parts to. It will take some time for the repairs to complete. No, building parts cannot be salvaged and transferred to a different type of building. For example, if you salvage electrolysis plant parts, you can only transfer the parts to another electrolysis plant with not enough parts. Okay, understood, thanks. So gas storage investigation, team reported the tank still seems to have some positive pressure. What do we find? So there's some oxygen. Now it looks like I'm about to run out of time, so I don't know if it's going to be like the, deathless run, but whatever. Yeah, my morale's like dropping because, this is like in a red. Exploring a little bit more. Alright, well that's basically it for like, this over here, so basically like the big part of like this game is like you're gonna be like going through like, and salvaging what you can from this stuff here. And where's a calorie synth basically? This makes food. Alright, well we ran out of basic stuff here, but you get the idea. So I salvage that, I can relocate that. And yeah, it's like this part is like, I can drop in here. And it'll take like time for me to do it. There's like a storage, there's like this warehouse, gas storage. Now it is worth knowing that I could actually have been like moving while basically like doing this all stuff because you can multitask in this game. It's kind of like in many ways if you basically like seen it, there's like this game called like Cultist Simulator, and this is like sort of like the idea like where like you're basically like managing like different things all at once. We have no water or food, so that's not great, but whatever. You know, I get the idea of perhaps, like, you know, I can't do everything on these buildings here. Or maybe I can only do one thing, like, at a time. Yeah, we just lost, so... The crew is unable to continue, resign ourselves to the void. So, it's worth noting that this game is, like, a little bit finicky, I guess, like, you know, if you run out of stuff there, whatever. Alright, I know what we're doing, so we're just gonna skip the tutorial. We'll try this again a little bit, just to see where we can go. So yeah, I know that at the start we don't actually have the ability to, like, produce anything, so... It's probably in my mind to, like, you know, find a factory right away, apparently, in this game. Really, really fast. Okay, so... We've detected a shuttle that has lost power. We can't tell if there are people on board. It has oxygen, though. Asteroid of active beacon. Alright, it's basically emergency supplies here. So I'll note that it's probably in my like interest actually to like get to a place really, really fast in this game, apparently. So. I don't want to be like saving like fuel, I guess, early on as much as I like, you know, was, so. Okay, not like made of like fuel here, by the way, but you know. We'll speed up a little bit here. So if I basically do this, it'll basically take like, you know, 35.2 of like, you know, 100 here, so we'll get there pretty fast. That'd be like 300. Let's go for 300 for this one right here. I'll see if I can like find some like, you know, factory space to get my stuff going here, like, you know, initially. You know, I think this like is an interesting game, but they're gonna have to make it like, you know, they actually have suggestions for like what you basically aim to do. So like, you know, aim or like so some factories or something, like boost some food right away or something like that. Alright, so yeah. On approach, a beacon pings us to let us know that there's cache supplies available for initial use. It is an emergency. It should be easy to get these supplies. Load up. Cool, I got some water. That'll help out a lot. Now I just need to get some food. Alright, so, unknown drifting object. Sensors spot floating object might contain something we can use. That's over there. Alright, so yeah, this is basically telling me there's like a Cali Simp over here, apparently. Let's go over here. And... oh, okay, so basically, like, you know, this is like telling me the maximum amount I can basically get for like fuel based use and stuff. Interesting. I'm not sure, like, you know, how much of this stuff I want to basically like, get rid of though right now, so. Let's just get rid of, like, you know, that much wastewater. Maybe a little bit of that, like, carbon oxide. Maybe get rid of some of this right here. There we go. This will take 9 hours, but it's fine. Alright, so floating hull. You approach the hull. The hull's contents should have a damaged Cali Simp. Okay, so we're going to attach it. And of course, attaching this is just for a simple reason, like, you know, I'll be able to, like, you know, pick up the Cali Simp, basically. Alright, now, at this point, I'm not going to basically stand around like I did last time. I'm just going to keep moving, so... this will make it a little bit hard, basically, to, like, you know, move around, I guess, with, like, this thing, but whatever. Now, no bother, it's taking me longer to get where I need to go now, because, like, you know, we got this basically on us, but whatever. So it's got electro-style parts over here. travel here, I guess. Yeah, look at this. Because, like, we got, like, more ship mass at this point. It's gonna take us a long time to get where we need to go, but whatever. Whoa, it's gonna take, like, all my hydrogen now basically to move around. That's interesting. Alright, let's just be a little bit slow about this, I guess. Basically, I'll start traveling, but I'm gonna have these guys basically explore around here to like see what we can basically find, so. To gas storage investigation, the team reported that tank still seems to have some positive pressure. What do we find? There's some oxygen that'll help out a little bit. Exploring the rubble. Hey, we got the calorie info already. Cool. Alright, so there's the calorie simp. This thing needs power space to work apparently, so that's the only bad thing about it, but whatever. We're gonna get this over here. Try and get this here as fast as possible so you know we can make use of it. We'll let them basically find what they need to for now, so basically one guy's gonna start repushing this now. What do we find? Put it through. There's some food, awesome, that'll let us keep going a little bit. Alright, so here's this thing over here. Now I guess this isn't working right now because we don't have like any parts for it, but once we can get the the fair part, we're gonna basically make this thing work. So that's I'm finding in our calorie symphony we can turn oxygen, carbon, and hydrogen into food basically, so cool. Alright, well, we found what we could here. I can use like the WASD base to move around. Now, unless I basically have reason for it, I don't really need to keep this around as hull, right? So we could detach it. And then, we're gonna get here a little bit faster now, basically, to our destination, so. Here we are in our floating hull. You approach the hull, the hull's content should have a damaged electrolysis. Alright, cool. We're gonna just dock it. I'll start exploring it to find the stuff in here. And I don't have a whole lot of hydrogen now left, but whatever. Alright, there's this here. You travel here, I guess. Now I guess you have to watch out for the different mass types because some some of us will have a lot of mass these little hulls that we pick up, but others will have less, so that's cool. Alright, we gotta use our stuff here, I guess, to move around a little bit now, so we'll use that much of the wastewater. That much of that. Let's do this for now. And confirm and travel. Go! Okay, what do we find? Put it through. There's some food. Awesome. Excellent find. See what else we can find. Report from Gate City. Communication reports the transmission using government emergency system encoding. Patch through. This is the former Gate Canola Authority. If you're receiving this message, you are aware that some of our spontaneous spatial translation event has occurred. We simultaneously announced the formation of a provincial system authority and state of emergency. Please do not panic. Please forward ship manifest and damage reports. We will begin coordinating relief and rescue operations. Let them know that we're alive out here. So yeah, basically we survive long to let the guys know that we're basically out here. Alright, so find some more stuff. What do we find? There's some oxygen. That's excellent. Exploring the rubble. Alright, we're made it to the frozen asteroid, so... On approach, it seems that there is a rarely accessible ice on the surface. We do not have the proper equipment for mining, but we could enterprise, so... let's grab what is easy to go, or... We need that water. I do need that water. Spend the time to get it, so we'll take 2 hours to requires crew, that's fine. We're gonna collect the ice. Now, over here is like the electrolysis parts over here, I guess, so... we can salvage parts maybe here. Nope, we don't have access to it, so... This is basically for like producing, like, you know, water, hydrogen, and carbon dioxide from oxygen and organics. That's good to know, I guess, so... We'll just throw this over here for now. You know, you can't like salvage any like these like basic structures, I guess, so it's sort of like worthless, but whatever. Now here's the question: do I need this hull basically to like get this over here or not? That's the thing. So if I attach this, will that actually work? I think it will. Looks like I actually get the, you know, once you basically have this like, you know, position here, you don't actually have to keep it there anymore. So that's cool. I guess we can't travel because I don't have any crew at this point, but whatever. We managed to collect a bit of ice, but we were forced to stop giving dangerous using causing injuries, so we did what we needed and got lots of water, so awesome. Crew was sealed for 8 hours. Oof, there goes my crew. So yeah, they're injured, basically can't do anything. Alright, so there's organics, there's waste, food. Alright, there's signals coming from this asteroid. Something possibly happened over here at this asteroid mine apparently, so that's like a danger system. Ooh, important. Let's see what's so important about this destination, I guess, right? So toward trouble I go, basically. Hooray! Alright, let's do this. Go! So there's that. We got this back here. Did I not travel, or what happened? Did I not confirm a travel? Maybe I need both crew base to travel, that might be a thing. There we go, we're traveling. Training a new crew. Okay, so you do get new crews to go along here. So, a group of volunteers have brought to our attention that they're willing to train at performing crew activities. If their families could get extra rations, this training would be expensive, taking the time of existing crew for about 2 days, and ration price might also hurt us. What's the decision? So, another crew could be useful, but I'll lose water and 25 food. It'll take 24 hours to requires the crew, so... This does sound like a good idea, but it's going to really cost me to do it, so... Yeah, look at that. Basically cost me a massive amounts of like food and stuff, but you know, whatever. It's worth it. I think. Hopefully. Getting that third crew would be useful, I think, so you know, why not? Alright, so we arrived within range of this mine base. Sensors show active equipment. It isn't possible to dock, so shuttles must be deployed. Cons report that there is active signals. Meanwhile, we have detected water as expected, so... scout the area will take 3 hours, requires crew. We'll explore the mine base. Crew reports that a cache of water has been located, along with a small container of fresh food, so that helps out with that situation. And signs of recent habitation. There is also a tunnel that is blocked by debris. Interestingly, the active signals being picked up are from deeper inside the rock. So try using my equipment to clear away the tunnel. Will require crew again. We have time for it, I guess. Why not? We'll see what's in here, basically. There's some sort of like, you know, important event from this, so we'll see what it's all about. Alright, asteroid mine. The team reports encountering a small group of people led by an engineer who goes by Voidy McFoydface. What an awesome name! They claim to be a freelance engineering team who were present to perform repairs. Given the loss of their ship, they request permission to board, so we gain some a population, and their skills are welcome out here. Hopefully that gives me like a crew or something. Nope, did not help at all. Alright, mine transmissions. Recently, some members of our crew have been sharing transmissions we have picked up from our ships. Sometimes the content of these messages are disturbing and shocking. It's possible that messages like this could trigger panic or general trauma. On the other hand, not all news is bad out here, and the communications of our ships helps keep hope alive, so basically our morale can go up or down. If we ban communication, people will not like it, but it might prevent uncritical events from events outside of our control, so you know. Good like question what you want to do. Let's do this. Alright, where we can go. Military just is cash. This is good for like food apparently. We do need more food. The asteroid is over here. On resources and stuff like that. This might be a hull, who knows, we'll see. But I like the idea of getting more food right now, so let's go here because you know what it is. Let's get rid of our wastewater a little bit here. Get rid of this stuff. Not really using a whole lot of hydrogen at this point because we're trying to save at this point, but whatever. Hey, we almost got our crew. Hooray! Alright, good. Tree and a new crew. We got ourselves a crew. Off to work, team. That'll also make it faster to, you know, scavenge hulls and stuff like that, so that's great to see. Alright, military leeches cache. Military caches are normally near impossible to detect. However, this cache must have been malfunctioned or disarmed as it was pulled into space. There is still a risk that a tamper protection for each container is armed. With the right credentials, the containers can easily be opened. An alternative approach is a jury rig and MP that should disable economic security. So, let's try burning out the security system. It'll take 2 hours to work as crew, or we should be able to dig up some working credentials. With a smooth click, we were able to open some of the supply containers. We got some food. Alright, so, good work. Let's get going, or... Now, how about trying to burn the rest open? See, I can basically risk getting like more food if I want to. I'm going to, I think. We can't like go now because you know we're trying to do this, so let's see what gets us. Alright, after a pulse we open the containers to find smoldering remains. Some sort of protection feature to destroy all content, so you know. Bad news for us. Why would you design something to do this? Crew is still for 24 hours. Alright, well there goes my crew, but oh well, that's fine. We took a risk, it didn't pan out. Alright, damaged tanks. A floating cluster of tanks torn off an industrial platform, drifting subtle. We detect a shell that has lost power. We can't tell if there are people aboard, but it's oxygen apparently. There's a speed container over here. Sensor contact. Well, you know what? Let's try the sensor contact and see what's out in the blue, shall we? Because, you know, I'm not really trying to play this for, like, you know... a run that's guaranteed to sort of get anywhere, right? So... let's do it like this. Do that, and let's get going. Now, a good thing about my having extra crews, that you know, we're down to like 2 crew members, but you know, we still have that as for now, basically to like help out. So, just having like this extra crew member helps with like you know taking risks like that. All right, drifting container. On approach, we see a standard cargo container drift. Unfortunately, it's spinning dangerously fast. It will take it. It'll be a challenge to safely bring it under control. So, I can ignore it. I get it done quickly, or can try and secure it. We're just going to try and secure, I guess. Speculation. There have been a series of transmissions circling the ship. Apparently there is a team of researchers who claim to have been working at some sort of black site, who say that their sun event that pulled us all here was actually some sort of testing accident. Interesting, but we need to survive first. So, what happened basically? Day 5. Alright, drifting container. The container is found secured. Let's see what we have. After all the work, the container is empty. That is unfortunate. I don't like to hear like there's like, you know, nothing in that thing, but whatever. You know, that's what, you know, basically there might be something in there, there might not be. So that's it you have to watch out for. We do need water, I guess, so we'll go here. And you know, I'm actually starting to run out of time basically for this stuff, so let's just make this down to 8 hours. use up that much of each of this stuff. Use up a little bit of organics. Get up to speed and container real fast. Engineer's innovation. A proposal has been brought forward by the engineer Voidy McVoyface, who we recently rescued. They claim that it is possible to upgrade the engine with hardware that should be possible to scavenge. Our own engineers say the plan is unconventional, but agree that it's feasible. Sensors have been informed of what to look for. If we can pull this project off, it will greatly increase the mass we can usually travel with. So, basically more engine ability. So, might just be the thing we need to survive. Free to know. So I guess Voidy McVoyface is pretty important, because, it lets you do stuff. Ooh, I don't like to go into red there, but whatever. Difficult container intercept. So, the container rapidly closes as a shell do as during the intercept, so... Good, that we top off our fuel tanks, so... I don't really have the hydrogen to burn, so let's just will they make it. With more hesitation, the lead shell acrobatic maneuvers and gains a good purchase of the container service. With the adequate control, the container spin is stabilized and the air shell is quickly docked. So, look at all that water we got. Nice, great flying. There's only one bad news. I'm running out of oxygen here. I really need to get going here real fast now, so... Alright, damaged tanks need to have oxygen. Let's go here. I really need to book it, so... Let's go crazy and use as much as possible. And go! And look at that, we're about to get our crew back over here, by the way. Bada bing, bada boom. Morale's dropping like crazy, but whatever. Alright, damaged tanks. The drifting tanks are mostly intact and giving a strong oxygen signature, should still be pressurized. None of these tanks are intended to be connected in a pure vacuum, and with the level of damage, things could go wrong. Most of the tanks have some sort of damage, so let's start trying to connecting less damaged tanks, and we basically take the oxygen we basically need. I sort of need this oxygen, so we're just gonna try it. Oh, good, we got oxygen. So, after a bit of a struggle, we managed to connect and drain some of the tanks. The crew thinks that we have learned enough to make an attempt at some of the moderately damaged tanks. Alright. It's worth the risk to attempt to, this stuff. Let's do it. Almost immediately after we attempted to connect the first tank, it burst, setting off a cascade of damage to propel the tanks into a spin, sending debris flying in all directions. The crew barely escaped at all. So, there goes our crew, I guess. Alright, day 6, unexpected information. A video was recently picked up that shows some people setting up an elaborate image made up of standard rations in a warehouse. Based on the metadata, we have gained a pretty good idea of where the food stockpile is. Who thought to even look at the metadata? Well, that's awesome. We can find more food. Let's go do so. Alright, I need food. None of this basically is telling me it's got food on it, unfortunately, so... We'll go here, I guess. I don't think it's hurting me basically use up any of, carbon monoxide or my wastewater, because, my people make it for me, so... I'm a little bit lacking here for it, but whatever. Alright, let's get going. I just noticed, but this actually goes over as you go along here, basically to indicate how fast it's the day's progressing. And by the way, if I press this, it'll just go real fast like that. Cool. We arrived at drifting hull, being approach. Final approach to dock. So there we go. Let's put it over here this time, because why not? We'll start exploring it. Whoa, these guys are actually already going here. Whoops. Alright, well, whatever. Neutral beam injector detect over here. There's food over here. Oh god, it's 30 hours away though. If you guys like the bats being like, you know, collecting here, might not be able to get where you need to right now, because, you know, all the fuel basically I need, right, to do stuff. Well, if it's basically it, it's gonna be it, so let's put this here. And yeah, I'll note that I have such a huge mass at this point, it's like, you know, what's killing me here, so alright, whatever. Let's just, like, you know, let my guys just explore here a little bit and maybe we'll find some food here. Hey, look at, we have a CO2 scrubber and gas storage. Alright, team reports the tank, seems positive pressure. What do we find? There's some CO2. Patch them in. They got some carbon. We're about to run out of food here, but whatever. New crew fumbles. Unfortunately, a newly trained crew is falling behind their tasks and are sometimes taking longer than expected from an experienced crew. Time for some supplemental training, so you know, crew disabled. And we're about to run out of food here, but whatever. There we go. Alright, so that's basically, you know, Derelict Void. Essentially this is like, you know, similar to like, you know, those other like spacefaring games where like you're just trying to survive in space and it's not really like, you know, combat oriented, so you know, you basically get the idea. Basically like, you know, a scavenging city builder in space, so to speak. Anyway, I'm gonna actually do a series on this in the future, but we'll see like how it goes for now. But you know, this is basically a quick explore video for you guys to see what the game's all about. This is a game I actually received a Steam key for, by the way, just so you guys know about that. But you know, other than that, very competent game. One of the better ones to basically show off on an explore video here. So, kind of doesn't like the thing afterwards, apparently, AVG. So that's something that you may want to check out. But whatever. If that stops me from able to play, I guess, like, you know, that's something to report to the developers, but whatever. Yeah, it's like an error now. Oh, well, whatever. Derelict Void, it does look like a very complicated game. Other than that, take care.